Everyone. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, YouTube. Just going to wait for you guys to tune in on Facebook and YouTube. Um, while they're doing that, let me just put my contact number on Instagram. How's everyone doing? Say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If this is your first time, definitely let me know so I can give you a shout out. Good morning, CO1 from Rhode Island. Good morning, Abdullah. Good morning from Columbus, Ohio. My daughters were just telling me that they want to visit Ohio. Is Ohio fun? Is there anything to do in Ohio? Jacksonville, Shanti, first time ever. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ayomide from Atlanta. What's up? Sorry guys, I'm like typing my phone number and trying to multitask at the same time. So let me pin this and then I can say hi to you guys on Facebook. In 1 second. Wait, why is this not pinning? Did I just type? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just typed all of this and it didn't. Okay, so I typed in my phone number and it disappeared. So I'm having some tech difficulties today, but my name is Aisha Chidoe. I'm an immigration lawyer in Atlanta, Georgia. I represent clients all over the U.S. internationally with their immigration to the United States, family immigration, humanitarian-based cases, VAWA cases, T cases, youth visa cases, conditional removals, naturalization, filing with your spouse, filing with a fiance, etc. Um, we help clients basically with these types of immigration cases. If you want to schedule a consult, call 407-995-6567. You can also send a WhatsApp to 404-333-8751. Okay, let's see what we've got here today. Good morning, Oguntoyi. What's up? Let's see. First time I glow up from Brooklyn. Ayana from Pittsburgh. T. Paris says, "How long is the process? How long is the process if my wife passed away?" Wow, I'm so sorry that your wife passed away. So if you're applying for a petition for as a widow or widower, I don't know where you're applying from, whether in the U.S. or outside of the U.S. But in the past, we've seen maybe about like 12 months to 15 months. A lot of times when I give timelines, it's just an estimate. Sometimes it's earlier, but that's kind of like, the timeline that we've seen for widower petitions. And then also depends, did you have an I-130 that you converted, or did you, just follow outright? So all of those things make a difference. Bosa from Dayton, Ohio. There are a lot of Ohio people today. What's up, guys? Novia from Virginia, welcome. Witty from Jamaica, what's up? Zoe from Indiana, what's up? Good morning. I'm out in Asheville, North Carolina. Hello, I love Asheville. My husband and I went to the Biltmore mansion for our anniversary, and it was so beautiful out there. If you and your spouse have the same last name, is that an issue before marriage? No, as long as you're not brothers and sisters, or sisters and sisters and brothers, because that's illegal. But if you have the same last name, it's what it is. People have, there's certain last names that are very common. I mean, imagine if you're an Indian, so many Indians, their last names are Patel. So the odds are that it's possible that you could marry a Patel, or like a name like Brown. So they're not going to penalize you because you and your spouse have the same last name that was given to you by your, parents. Ian says, how about filing for my nephew? He's 15. Only way you can file for your nephew is if you adopt him as your son. I have my 2-year green card and it expires in 2024. One Tanka, what is the question that you're asking me? What are you asking me when you should be submitting? If it expires in 2024 and you have your 2-year green card based on marriage, then 90 days before the 2-year anniversary of the green card, that's when you should be submitting it. That's the question you're asking. Okay. Eliane on YouTube says, I got my EAD from the I-485, but I didn't get my prima facie. It's been 10 months, November 7th, since they received my I-485 or I-360. Then you might want to just do an inquiry, just to see what's going on with your case. Is there something that they need for you to provide, to be able to give you a prima facie determination? Or it's possible that maybe they even sent it and you didn't know they sent it, or it's possible that they approved it, but they just never sent it. So, definitely a good time to give them a call. Cleopatra says, good morning, Attorney Aisha. I really need to talk to you in regards to my case. Please, it's very important. Please schedule a consultation. Call me 407-995-6567. Okay. Let's see. My husband filed for me and my daughter, but I got my the message just disappeared. You see what happens, guys? Like, as I'm reading the message, it disappears. And so I cannot, that's why I can't get every question. I know some people are like, oh, you're not answering my question. It's not like I sit down and I'm like, let me not answer your question. It's just because the messages move so quickly. Okay, so my husband filed for me and my daughter, but I got Social Security and work permit, but I didn't get anything for my daughter yet. Sometimes that happens. I don't know when you got yours, but sometimes you might get yours earlier than your child or vice versa. But as long as he filed it properly, I'm sure it'll be on its way. Shanti, a consultation is $150. Do you help people in Georgia? Yes, we help people not only in Georgia, but we help people in every single state in the United States. Immigration is a federal law, so all attorneys who practice immigration can take cases in any state. Okay. What's the best way to switch from a K2 visa to a permanent resident if the American citizen refuses to complete it? Are you the child of fiance? So typically, if you have a fiance visa and the person that petitioned for you, the American citizen, refuses to marry you, then it's a problem. You won't be able to switch to another path to permanent residency while you're here in the United States, because that's the condition on which you're here for the visa. Okay. Cheryl Johnson says, good morning, great law firm. Keep up your good work. Thank you so much. Davis says, good morning, my best. So good to see you stronger and bolder again. Thank you so much. How long does the I-751 take for removal of conditions? Too long. It takes too long. Most cases take at least 2 years, at least. Now, there are always going to be those unicorn cases where they approve them really quickly in like 6 months or 10 months. But a normal removal of conditions on your 2-year green card application takes about 2 years. That is the reason why USCIS gives you a 48-month extension right now, because they know it takes that long. So the extension is to help you have status while your case is pending. April McKenzie said, is it possible to file for my siblings? How long does it take? You can file for your siblings if you're a U.S. citizen, but you're probably, depending on what country you're from, it could be anywhere from 16 to 23 years, depending on the country. Certain countries have a slower timeline, but on average, it's about 16 to 17 years at the minimum. Virgo says, can a VAWA case take less than 2 years? Possible. Likely, very, very few. So very, very few. But it's possible. Anything in immigration is possible. I can submit a case today and it could get approved next week. It's possible. But what are the likelihood? I use probability and percentages. The likelihood of that happening is maybe like 0.5%, out of, let's say, 10 or out of 100, or 1% out of 100. But most of our cases take, 18 months to at least 18 to 30 months. That's where most people fall in. But, I think we've had one that was like 7 months, and one that was 6 months. I think 6 months has been the shortest for us. And those two particular cases, we were able to identify why those took longer. Took shorter because there was some stuff that had to happen. Cleopatra, if you're my client, call the office and tell them to schedule a call with you, so we can talk, or send a message in your client portal. Okay. All right. Let's see. Can you assist my friend? He was born in the US but left when he was 3 with his passport, never returned or renewed his passport. How can he prove that he's the baby of the passport? That's not an immigration issue. He's a US citizen. He should go to the US embassy in the country that he's from, and they should be able to verify with the hospital or wherever he was born that he was a US citizen and issue him a passport. Good morning, Debbie. All right, let's see. Carrie, first time from Georgia. We'll be in contact. Awesome. I'm in Georgia as well. How long does it take to get a work permit and travel document? My mom is not well. I wish to go see her. Do they come together for the work permit and travel document? So typically it takes anywhere from 4 to 9 months. That's the window for majority of people. Now, if you have documentation to show that your mom is not doing well, what you can actually do now is you can actually schedule for an InfoPass online for an emergency travel document, not an expedited, an emergency travel document. An emergency travel document is going to give you a very short window to allow you to go take care of that emergency and come back. So they was like, okay, we'll give you 1 week, go see your parent and come back. But you have to have evidence that your mom's not doing well, okay? Nunu, consultation fees are $150. I filed for VAWA and I did my fingerprint on 9/18/2022, and no update. What's next? If you did it in 2022, so you're about a year in, you should have at least gotten your prima facie determination letter. If you haven't, you definitely want to reach out to USCIS, okay? Patricia from New Jersey. Hello, Patricia. How are you? Do you assist with citizenship issues as well? I have a unique situation with my interview. Yes, we help. In fact, we actually have a citizenship denial hearing today. Where basically a client was denied. They filed by themselves. They were denied. We filed a brief. So we've got a hearing. We'll call it an N336 hearing today. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that will go well. But yeah, we can help you with that. After filing VAWA, how long does it take for USCIS to approve a C9 work permit? I don't know if you heard me earlier, but it could take 4 to 9 months. What should I do if USCIS sends an RFE for medical after I already mailed it to them when they sent me the courtesy email asking for it? What you can do is if they sent you a courtesy email, make sure that, a lot of times with the courtesy email, you're supposed to mail it with the email. So hopefully you did that and hopefully you track that. If you did do that, what you can do is you can check on your case status to see if they actually received it. If it's not updated on there, you can call USCIS just to see if they received it. Okay. Ayan Phil is joining from Hickory, North Carolina. Welcome. I applied for a marriage license. Okay, I don't do marriage licenses, so not answering that question. I came here on F1 status, but my OPT extension got denied. My fiance and I are getting married in November. I'm wondering if that will hinder my green card application. A denial of OPT will not hinder your green card application as long as your fiance is a U.S. citizen and you have a genuine and legitimate marriage. Now, denials happen for different reasons. It's possible, I don't know your case. I don't know why you were denied OPT. OPT is occupational training, for those wondering. If you're a student, you graduate, you get occupational training. It's possible that maybe you were ineligible for the extension because, with the extension, you have to be a STEM major. It's possible that you were not one. I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know. So, but that would not hinder you. OZ says, do I call you or go to your website for a consultation? I mean, you can do either. You can either do it on a website or you can call. It's 407-995-6567. I have my 2-year green card and it expires in 2024 and my wife is filing for divorce. Is it safe to travel outside of the USA? If you're a green card holder and you have nothing else that is stopping you from being that could potentially affect you, like it's not that you didn't submit it and you're in deportation. If this is your first green card and it's expiring in 2024, you're still very well within the window as a green card holder to travel if you want to travel. Now, and if your wife files for divorce, as long as you file for removal of conditions and request a waiver based on, that divorce, you should be fine. All right. Libra says, could you please answer my question? I did. I answered your question. All right. How long after marriage can I file for my green card? There's no rule. You can file when you're ready and you can prove that your marriage is a legitimate marriage. Okay. Can a person do any kind of job with the work permit if applied for a green card based on F2? If you have a work permit based on a green card application, yes, you can work any job. You can do anything. Okay. How do you navigate filing when the petitioner is unemployed and hasn't filed taxes as a result? There is a joint sponsor. This is a really good question, Carol. So if your petitioner is unemployed, as long as you can provide documentation showing that they are unemployed, then you'll be able to add your joint sponsor. It's always recommended that you submit your application with the joint sponsor at the same time, just so that they can make a decision on that, especially with election season coming. When we have different administration, rules change. I know that with the previous administration, they had the right to just outrightly deny a defective case, meaning they didn't owe us the courtesy to send us a request for additional evidence. Like, they didn't have to send a request for a joint sponsor. If they just saw your application, they could just do deny. So no matter who's in office, that's always the way that I operate. Prepare your client, in this case, my client, as though if we don't submit something, they will be denied. So you should send your joint sponsor information when you're sending your spouses. I have a friend who's been married for 4 years. She only got her work permit, but no green card. And now her husband wants a divorce. Will that affect her from getting a green card? It will. If she gets divorced, it will affect her. Or the green card will be taken away from her if she got it under misrepresentation and fraud, because somebody can petition for you if they're divorced from you. That being said, I'm happy to consult with your friend to see if she may be eligible to self-petition based on VAWA. If there's been some extreme cruelty and abuse going on in her marriage. If you're married and there's extreme cruelty or abusive behavior going on in your marriage, and let's say your spouse filed for you, we can always convert your application to a VAWA self-petition. This would apply whether or not the divorce happens, whether or not he's threatening the divorce, or whether or not they're separated. So I'm happy to screen her. Again, for those who don't know, VAWA is Violence Against Women Act. It's a rule that allows, or it's a law that basically allows both women, men, children, parents to be able to get a 10-year green card if they have been in relationships with these people that I've talked about that are abusive. So a husband and a wife, husband and husband, wife and wife, basically any spouse that's a US citizen or a green card holder. It also allows for a parent, if they have a child or stepchild who's over the age of 21 and is a US citizen that has been extremely cruel, abusive to them, to get their 10-year green card that way. And it also allows a child to get their green card if their US citizen parent or step parent or green card holder parent or step parent has been abusive to them. Okay. And abuse, again, does not mean physical abuse only, because there are times that people are abused and the abuse that's happening is not physical. Abuse can be psychological, abuse can be emotional. Abuse can be mental, abuse can be abuse of the legal system or technology. Like there are some spouses that bully their partners, either online or technology, like publicly shame them, as a way to bend them to their will and things like that. You know what? I'm actually going to do a series. I think this week I'm going to have to look through my calendar. This week, I'm going to do a series on abuse, just because I feel like we're due for a refresher. Let me just check my schedule before I commit to this. Okay, so I'm going to come on live tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Wednesday. So you guys should save that on your calendar. And then I'm going to come on at... I'm going to come on at 10 a.m. on Thursday and 10:30 a.m. on Friday. So save that on your calendar. I'm going to do a series on abuse as it relates to VAWA, and abuse as it relates to 2-year green card holders who have conditional green cards. And we're just going to try and just tackle those things and talk about those things, because I know I keep getting questions on that, but I think having a series that we can save will help some people that are going through that situation. Okay. Carrie says, thanks for your invaluable service. I filed for VAWA in 2021. I filed for VAWA in 2021 with my son as a derivative beneficiary. I was able to attend his biometric appointment. Will that affect processing time? So he didn't go to his biometrics. If he didn't go to his biometrics, yeah, it will affect processing time because he needs to get the biometrics done. Or is it whose biometrics didn't you? Okay, you said his. So yeah. So hopefully that you've requested for that to be rescheduled. The problem is that when you miss biometrics and if you're not able to go there and ask them to see you, you're at the mercy of whenever they would schedule you for a new one. And sometimes it can take a couple of months. So hopefully you can get it. It's just that it will push you back out a little bit. All right, guys. So I got to go. But tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll be on at 9:30 a.m. Thursday, I'll be on at 10 a.m. and Friday, 10:30 a.m. So save that or put a notification on your YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, so you can jump on live when I'm on. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.